Oh, it's chilly, chilly out here. Hopefully, I'll be able to withstand being out here. I might go get some sleeves on. Here's moringa. It's looking very nice. I shouldn't have buried it that deep in the pot just because I wanted to get taller and give me much more leaves, but we'll see how that works out. I might have to pull it up a little bit, but I don't have it in me. I don't have the guts. So, yeah. Here's a green onion. I had one on this side as well. Something has pulled it out. Fuck that thing. Whatever did. I also had some other onions growing in the middle part. They're not doing anything clearly. My my blueberry has a few leaves on it. There you go. But yeah, my blueberries aren't doing much of anything. I'm gonna come out and put a bucket of vinegar water in it. I know they like acidity. Here are my sweet potato leaves. I'm actually growing it for the leaves. I'm gonna toss it over and see if I can get some the potatoes out of it at the end of the season. But in the meantime, I'm growing them for the leaves. So yeah, I put 4 slips in there. I hope that'll give me plenty of leaves to enjoy, and then I'll just let it spill over the side of the grow bag afterwards. This I haven't decided whether I'm going to put pepper or tomato in yet. This is the herb planter. Nothing's in there except oregano. Bottom here are my peppers, all except one variety. I have my Jimmy Nardellos. This is my first year growing Jimmy Nardellos in there. In there. With it. I was going to put it in a larger pot, but I'm not going to need that much peppermint. But what I did want to try though was I got from it's one of the gardeners that have a lot of that have a very diverse following. Uh, I have a diverse following as well, but my diversity includes all the non-races. But anyway, um, so I know it's two of the people that I don't really watch, but I know who they are. It's either Scaredy Cat Gardner or Homestead Heart. Honestly, I think it's Scaredy Cat Gardner because I think I remember she recently got scammed, and which is not surprising to me, but uh, no one, anybody can get scammed, self included. But she's really susceptible because she's so open to trust people that she shouldn't, which a lot of gardeners are. Gardeners are trusting people in general. Anyway, so that's my peppermint. I was just contemplating putting it in a larger container so that I could do other things with it because it usually grows. I changed my mind because I put it in this size pot because I usually get too much peppermint, right? And peppermint is not something you could just casually throw into your yard and think you can compost it. It'll take over. I don't want that to happen either, but at the same time, I want plenty of it. And I've had pots where there was way too much, even pot this size. Actually, not, it's a little bigger. This pot, the pot that the oregano is in. Anyway, this one's a little smaller. So I decided to give the peppermint its own pot because you can't grow other herbs in there with it because, again, it is rambunctious. So my variegated Cuban oregano, every time I order these, I always kill them. I don't know how because everyone says they're so easy to care for. Uh, but honestly, I think my mistake was too much water. So I'm trying to keep them in this planter with something that needs just as little water and have half of this planter be the Cuban oregano. I don't know if it got overwatered, but it just kind of did what it does every time I order it. This is my third order of them, and it's going to be my last because if it's that big of a struggle to keep them alive, then what the hell? The whole point was I heard it doesn't need much. And when I get them in their little roots, they be in just a little bit of soil, but the soil is dry when they arrive. They look very healthy and the soil is dry. So maybe they're like leaf of life. Maybe I should put a leaf of life in the middle and surround it by Cuban oregano. Ooh, that's what I'll do. Because we know for sure that doesn't need any water down there. Okay, but anyway, yeah, these are all my different pepper varieties. It's all sweet peppers. I don't do hot peppers here. This is Tyler. Make me sweat, make me water, make me look my best. These items have not only come up, but they have peas on them. I may pick these early just because I know it makes it produce more when I do that. This snow pea plant has huge peas. When the peas grow on this, they are huge. This is a patio tomato. You can see all the flowers on her. I had about 4 green tomatoes on her, and I took them off so that it can concentrate on making more fruit. So we have quite a few flowers throughout her. And something weird happened here. Some of these fan leaves I cut off, like these side leaves I cut off. I'm actually using it to mulch itself. The blight starts on tomatoes from the bottom. And so I was like, surely these leaves will be affected and affect the whole plant. I also learned that I didn't have the problems, my tomato plants don't have the problems with ants that I had with okra and roselle and Jamaican sorrel. So I don't know if this is gonna make sense to y'all. So I said, since the I don't have the insect problems with tomatoes that I have with other plants, let me see if mulching with the tomato prunings will help minimize the insect damage. Because even when tomato does have blight problems, that doesn't come from insects. It comes from the spores in the top of the soil. So I don't know. I have a lot of conversation about tomatoes that other people don't have. But look at this. It started growing a branch on the end of the fan leaf there. Interesting. Here's Brandy. She's doing beautifully here. Here's Rose. I only have one of her out here this season. I want to grow several because I really, really like the leaves. I use the leaves a lot in everything. You know what? I just talked myself into it. I'm going to stick another one in the ground. Yeah, I really like those leaves. They are very medicinal, even more so than the calyxes. So this is Candy. I lollipopped her. This is Melba. She's doing well. It looks like I'm not going to get any fruit off of her, but this is her first full year out here. But again, I love her leaves as well, so I'll be more than happy to remove her leaves and use them. Back there is the Jamaican cherry. It's just a little stem because I think pretty sure I lost her. This is the salad bed. The salad greens are finally getting some girth on them. In the back, you can see I have an onion there, red onion, uh, and I have a patio tomato on either side. Since they're small tomato plants, I figure I can put them in here because I only need one candy plant. I don't need more than one. And in here's Ajvarski. I think those are the peppers that I would probably put in those side planters. Pajari melon. Bina. I need to take a lot of cuttings from her and get her started and some new planters. This is a pea that I just stuck in the middle of this planter, not really sure what it was going to do. But look at it. It's happier than all the peas put together. all of them put together. This is a purple heart that did develop a flower up the top. I tore these leaves off because I was curious. I'm still curious whether they would root without a stem, but I think you need the stem. Oh look, another shoot is coming out the side. Here's another Bina in this planter. I wanted to have one on each side. Most of the carrot tops were eaten by what I don't know. I think I'm gonna come out and you can see the top. This is the top of the pepper plant that the cutworm got. Son of a bitch ass bastard. So there's an okra here, and I have this one over here. So that's doing well. Over here, I had a cutworm or something came and ate this tomato down. I've never seen that happen. I've never seen anything eat a tomato plant down. This one is still doing okay. It doesn't matter about those because I'm going to pull that anyway. That's a Sunny, and I'm not going to have Sunny this year. I do have a couple of callaloo popping up, so I know they're going to pop up and go strong out of nowhere. Anyway, I'm going to let the callaloo do what it do, and as soon as they get big enough to propagate, I'm going to take cuttings off of them. In this corner, I have moringa. Hopefully, that'll grow up to be a nice sized tree right here. And there is I have two here. There's a leaf of life there, and there's one back there. There's Ruby. I'm gonna put another a moringa back in that corner in a grow bag. We got some boxwood to replace the forsythia that grew there that we couldn't get rid of. That looks like a callaloo too. How does callaloo get back here? Here's one. The Yeah, here's one. Purple hearts. They have established, a couple of them have established themselves. Happy about it. This okra is doing well. Look what this spotted spurge has done, taking over this herb bed. I hate it. I hate it. Spotted spurge is the devil. It has a nice name too. That sounds like a devil's name, don't it? Spotted spurge. Here's the other okra, doing well. I gave up and just actually stuck a seed in the soil, and that's probably what I should do from now on with these pots. This is actually a from a bulb that I broke down from the original buddy, and I'm gonna take the original buddy to Mr. Sister as soon as it starts to flower, and this will be herbs, and then this okra. You get all that spotted spurge out there and dig up that soil and then retill it and put a new layer of soil. I'm gonna keep the soil in the bottom, till it a little bit, hand till it, and then put some other soil, mix some other soil in before planting the herbs there. Oh, here's a couple more. I don't like these raggedy. These are the hostas I like with the white trim. I love the white trim hostas. These here and the ones with the yellow, raggedy. And I do not like the flowers. My mother-in-law doesn't either. Like these have white trim on them, but they're not sturdy like these. See how sturdy these are? The white trim's beautiful. And these are kind of these. This is what the usually what the yellow trim would look like. But that's actually pretty. That's actually pretty, but I still prefer the sturdy ones. That's actually pretty though. I'm not mad. about it. Again, I like the sturdy one. You know what? I'm revisiting these. I like the sturdy ones with the white trim, but these are not ugly and they really add a colorful pop more so because you can barely see the white trim on these, but you can really see the white trim on these. I see. Thank you. That was my grocery. That was my grocery delivery guy. I knew I, I knew I heard a car behind me. I knew it stopped and pulled up and ran. Oh, but anyway, let me show you these while I'm. Oh, show you a few things while I'm here. This is what I was telling you about the moringa that was left in this bag. This moringa has been in this bag now for probably a month. Look at it. It wants to be great, and I want it to be great too. I'm gonna stick it out there somewhere. Oh, it has a little something started on the bottom. That little something is the top one is the money tree cutting, and the one with all the roots is my sweet potato cutting. This is a leaf of life, which I thought they would be dead because the Cuban oregano does not like a lot of water. These don't either. They don't need a lot of water. But I put them in here just to for a temporary setup. But they're down here thriving in this little piece of water. Look, thriving. There's a Bina. I'm keeping this inside because I have one outside, and my inside plants start with inside soil. So I don't want to transition the two. Whatever I take outside is going to go outside as an outside plant, and I'm going to keep whatever inside inside. I think I might break one of those off and take them one in the back and one in the front, and then maybe leave this small one. See if the grocery guy's gone. I mess around and caught a hot flash. My anxiety from strange people. He's supposed to come at 1, so I have my alarm set to go off at 1:15 because usually when they give me a time frame, they usually don't come for 20 minutes.